Nike just called out StockX publicly for selling fake sneakers. And if you really sit back and think about that for a second, this is literally insane. Now, Nike's been tied up in a lawsuit with StockX over the past few months over some NFTs that StockX was trying to sell. And it's basically like a copyright infringement issue. Now, they just petitioned a judge to amend the lawsuit to allow for, counterfeit claims and stuff like that, which is basically really going to damage StockX's reputation more so than it already has been. Now, I've seen a lot of videos, I've seen a lot of, people post in sneaker groups, for the last couple of years, talking about they got fake sneakers from StockX, a lot of horror stories about trying to sell sneakers on StockX and employees switching them out with fakes and then charging them like $1,500 fees to return them and stuff, like all kind of crazy stuff. So to have Nike publicly go out and call out StockX for this is pretty much just putting a dagger in StockX's reputation. Now, according to this Bloomberg article, what Nike was doing is they were placing legitimate orders, like they were regular customers. And then when the shoes came in, they determined if they were either authentic or, they were fake. And I know for a fact that Nike does this because I saw this video this one time. It was either on Instagram or TikTok. And this girl had a website and she was selling fake Jordans. And Nike discovered the website. They were ordering the product from her. And then when they determined that she was selling counterfeit goods, they hit her with like a major lawsuit and she had to go through all types of stuff, to pay Nike back and stuff like that. It was really, really crazy. It was really interesting though. So I know for a fact that Nike actually just pays people just to buy things from websites and, kind of just control what's going on as far as counterfeit goods out on the market. But the one thing that I'm interested to see is how many orders that Nike actually placed through StockX. Now, according to that website, this was over a 2-month period and they received several fake sneakers. So, I would really be interested to see, was it 100 orders? Was it 1,000 orders? You know what I mean? Because let's just face it, guys, like these fakes today are so good. Nothing is 100%, like foolproof and bulletproof, especially when it comes to authenticating sneakers. So I'm sure that some will always kind of, slip through the cracks and stuff like that. So not to kind of throw StockX completely under the bus here, but I'm really interested to see that data and to see how many orders were really placed and how many fakes they really got. Now, personally, I never really ordered from StockX. I've only ordered from there 2 times. Both times the sneakers were 100% authentic, and I know that for a fact because not only did I have them checked out, but I also have double ups on those that came directly from Nike. And the reason why I don't really order from StockX that often isn't really because of, the bad publicity that it gets, all the videos that I see about fake sneakers and the horror stories. It's the fact that every time that I order from them, I was waiting 4 to 6 weeks for my sneakers. But when I would order from GOAT, I would get them in at the very, very most 2 weeks. So, you know what I mean? And it really seemed like GOAT was like more upfront about the prices. There really wasn't like hidden fees or anything like that. So I pretty much always go through GOAT. So I'm not really worried about sneakers in my collection because I don't really buy from StockX. And, I'm pretty knowledgeable as far as, what to look for in fakes and stuff like that. The only time that it gets really, really tricky for me to kind of determine if a sneaker is legitimate or not is if it's like a collaboration, like a Travis Scott or something like that, where they kind of, change the actual Jordan 1 silhouette or something like that. You know what I mean? But, just like a regular GR, you know what I mean? I know what to look for. I can normally spot a fake, although these fakes are really, really good these days, guys. So definitely be careful out there. But, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that claim that they have been getting, fake sneakers from StockX. But, just one thing to keep in mind is that StockX actually doesn't sell sneakers. It's resellers that ship the shoe to StockX for authentication, which they actually charge you for. So to get a fake sneaker that you actually paid for authentication for is actually, even more of like a stab in the back. But, like StockX doesn't actually sell the sneakers. It's, a normal reseller out in his bedroom. It has boxes and boxes full of sneakers, and then they put an ad basically on StockX, and then, a buyer will come buy the sneaker and then ship it to StockX for authentication. Now, where they're dropping the ball here is, I guess the authentication part of it, maybe they need, more training. I'm not really sure, but it begs the question with all this negative publicity, especially coming from Nike. You know what I mean? Is this the end of StockX? Are we finally going to cancel StockX after all this time? I know we use it to kind of judge the resale market, you know what I mean? Pretty much every video, every YouTuber that puts out, throws up the StockX chart, you know what I mean? See where prices are. But I don't really normally go by StockX. I normally go on GOAT or eBay. eBay's a little bit tricky too because some of those prices are always really, really high, especially for an early sneaker. But, you know what I mean? We just use StockX for so much, but after all this, is it finally time? Are we finally done with StockX? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'd like to thank you all for your time. Thank you for stopping over here and checking out another one of my videos. I really do appreciate you guys. And until next video, peace.